Hey, everyone out in Matty Collector land. We are getting ready to head into a fourth quarter, and there is so much exciting stuff for 2014 that, well, we had to do a video to show you some of the latest samples. I got some right in front of me. So these are some of the figures from Masters of the Universe Classics that are still coming out this year in 2014 that are part of the different subs. Let me kind of show you some of the latest, almost final samples here. So let's see. Tung Lashor, so he is coming out in November. I only have one of his heads here. He's got both tongue in and tongue out heads. Obviously, you know, the heads just snap right off, and that way you could recreate his vintage action feature without having to have all the internal mechanisms. He's an amazing figure. Almost, I mean, he's got, you know, a new chest, so you know, there's a lot of new parts that really pay off for a great figure and get us that much closer to finishing the Snake Man. I think there's like one left now, probably coming in 2015. Also coming at the end of the year in December as part of Club Eternia, Mermista. We've been waiting for her for years to finish off our Great Rebellion, so she will have both her fishtail and her human legs. She'll be packed out with the fishtail because, you know, she's a mermaid, you got to do that. As a fish mode, she'll come with this great clear stand that'll help her stand up. But of course, you know, she's fully articulated. I mean, look at that awesome, you know, mermaid swimming action. You could, mermaid swimming action. Can we copyright that? So she's pretty awesome, and she will come with her green standard POP shield and this awesome under the sea horn that'll fit right in her hand there. So Mermista will help you complete your Club Eternia subscription as the December figure in the main sub. Now, speaking of POP, obviously it being a POP 30th anniversary year, there's still a couple POP figures. We have New Adventures She-Ra. Obviously, with a POP 30th anniversary, we wanted to do a She-Ra in the 30th anniversary line, and doing New Adventures She-Ra really rose to the top because this gave a chance for the Four Horsemen to create a brand new She-Ra for her 30th anniversary, and honestly, they knocked it out of the park. I mean, she just comes equipped. She's got a great removable shield with that clear plastic, just like New Adventures He-Man. She has the belt that first came, I think, with Adora and then Marlena, so of course the blaster is removable there. It'll fit right there. And she's got the Sword of Protection. It slides right into her back there. And so very similar to New Adventures He-Man, it's the Sword of Protection She-Ra's sword in a similar style with the laser blade. And you can see even the jewel is there in the hilt, just like on the regular sword. So that is going to fit right there into her cape. And last but not least, her visor also pops right off, so you can see her beautiful face underneath. Really, really cool new interpretation of She-Ra, and perfect way to celebrate her 30th anniversary with a brand new version that takes her really into the next level and makes sure that She-Ra is part of the new adventures. Why should she get left behind? She's just important. She needs to be there. If you've been reading the mini comics, you know that. Also in the POP sub, so our December figure, this was November, is Spinnerella. For all of you kids at home, you probably know that Spinnerella was one of the hardest figures to find in the vintage line. She was released at the very tail end. She goes for thousands of dollars on the aftermarket. So finally, a Spinnerella we can all afford. She is $30, which is a little bit more expensive than a regular figure, and that's simply because of all the deco. Every single one of these fringes had to be painted back, front, and side. It's almost like she's wearing 10 different capes. We just didn't want to cost reduce her. When we were basically looking at that option, we just didn't want to remove so much paint. So instead, we're going to do her right. We will make her a $30 figure. She's also packaged right here behind me. So she will come in the standard blister, but because of all that extra deco, she is $5 more. But you knew about that when you subbed. It's not like a surprise or anything. Another feature of her is that she has swappable hair. Have we ever done swappable hair before? So let me show you how it works. Just gonna push her hands out there. So the ponytail unplugs like that. The top part of her hair just pops right off like that. And then the ponytail plugs back in, and now you can do her Filmation look. This little piece was basically for her classic toy look. So Filmation look, or plug that out. Pop that right on. There we go. I can actually do it. See? Holds pretty tight. And then just plug that back in. And bam! Now you have her classic toy look, which is how she's going to come packed out. So awesome. Spinnerella to finally add to your collection and round out the Great Rebellion. Let's see if she'll stand up for me. And she's got the Green Goddess's spear and the standard POP shield that we know everyone on Etheria gets one of those, you know, the day they're born. Gwildor, so he is our holiday item. He's fully tooled. Here he is standing next to his vintage counterpart. So you can kind of see the similarities and differences there, but he is based more on the vintage toy versus, say, the 87 movie. He was obviously in the 87 movie, but being a vintage toy, we were able to recreate him in the classics look. So he is fully tooled. He has a lot of deco, very similar to Spinnerella. It's also why he is $35 and not, you know, a standard figure, because he just has so much deco on him. And you know, again, he was one of those figures where we didn't want to cost reduce him and bring him down to the point, you know, just to hit a price point. We only have one shot to do Gwildor, and we want to do him right. He also comes with a giant, oversized prototype Cosmic Key. It's almost as big as he is. I think this is one of the single biggest basic accessories we've ever done. And he will also come with the Cosmic Key in vintage colors. This is the same one that came with pre-Eternia Disguise He-Man, but instead of being vac metalized, it's in vintage Cosmic Key toy colors. The one that came with the vintage Gwildor you see before me. And of course, also his staff. You see, it's getting a little warped from the hot lights in here. But there's his staff, and you know, his articulation, pretty standard. His head's actually gonna be a little tighter. This is an early sample. It won't be as bobbleheady as this one. But he's got full articulation on the arms, the legs. He's got rockers on the ankles. I know I'm probably doing a really bad job showing this off. I'll kind of pull the skirt up a little bit so you can see he's not a solid piece the way the vintage toy was. That doesn't move. So he actually has articulation in the legs now. Exactly what we would do with a classics toy. So let's say Gwildor here too. There he is packaged. So you can see he is in the oversized Ram Man blister, or Queen Marlena came in this one, I think, too. So we use this when we need to. That's what's coming out in 2014. Obviously, the train is going to keep going. We got 2015 right around the corner. So we'll see you back here next time where we'll take a look at some of the latest samples of upcoming 2015 product. Until then, I'll see you on the Matty Collector forums.